Hello everyone. Welcome once again. Let's talk about something that I figured out in life and in chess while I play my opponent. There's one thing I figured out in chess that um, you know, you know, your opponent does not like you, right? Your opponent doesn't like you. Definitely. Um, in the chess game, you are playing to win, same as your opponent. They are playing to win, right? And I've seen this thing play out in life as well. So whatever your opponent is doing, they are definitely doing it to win the game, right? So you see your opponent say, you have your PCs, and you see all of these attacks coming in left and right, and then you then begs the question that why are they doing this, right? Um, from your own perspective, you just want to play your game and win your game. But at the same time, you don't want all of this stress that's coming with it. Your own is just to attack your opponent and win the game and everything like that. And then, you are good to go, right? But it happens that most times, we all have interest in something, right? If I'm doing a project, just have it at the back of your mind that there is someone at the back end that is going to probably pay for that thing, right? We all have interest in something that we are doing, right? So it's important that we look at everything we are doing, right? Everything in life that we are doing. We look at it from the point of, yeah, we have something to gain, and whoever it is that is at the other end has something to gain, right? So let me this up specifically to say um what can I even look into? Say buying and selling, for example. Say you want to buy a particular thing. You, as someone that wants to buy that thing, you want to pay the least price as possible, right? You want to pay, if possible, you want to get that thing for free, right? But at the same time, your opponent that or the person that is selling the product wants to sell it at the highest price possible, right? They want to sell it at maybe buy it for you know for 50,000 naira and then sell it for 200,000 naira. They want to make that huge um profit, right? So it's important that whenever you are going into that thing, you all put all of these things into consideration that, okay, this person does not have my interest at that. They just want to make their own profit. And at the same time, you don't have the interest of the person at all because you prefer to buy that thing for no price at all, right? So, and you can look at it from this simple, less extreme end to the most extreme you can think of. Think of anything at all, right? In the most extreme case, right? At the same time, there is always an interest in it, right? So, the way I'm thinking at it, right? When I say the most extreme, I'm looking at the what's it called? The insecurity situation in Nigeria, right? And I'm saying that you know, before it can take um someone, right, to say, okay, because of this thing or this thing, right, there's going to be a loss of life, right? A lot of people are going to die, all of the kidnapping and everything that is going on, right? So we then ask the question that who has interest in this thing that is willing to kill people for it, right? That is really to, just to, you know, acquire a lot of arms and ammunition and everything, is willing to kill a lot of people to do these things, right? So it's important, right, that we consider whenever we are doing anything at all, we have to consider that people have interest. People always have interest in that thing that we are doing. Um, right. Okay. I'm not really sure I'm playing right now. Okay. My opponent has been able to escape my Okay, this is really interesting. All right, so yes, as I was playing the chess, I was just thinking about it. Like, um, this is most of the time always the case. This is most of the time always the case. Mm, I'm not playing too very well in this opening. Mm. So, yes, I just said I should talk about that thing, right? Because people can do anything just to achieve their purpose, right? For me now, in order for me not to get checkmated, I have to do a lot of things. And my opponent has to do a lot of things as well in order for them not to get checkmated and for them to win the game, right? So there's always someone hoping to win something, someone having an interest in something at the end of the day. So we should always have this at the back of our mind, right? Irrespective of what that thing is, even if you are going to benefit from that thing, right? You are bargaining for something, right? Or you even want to get a job, right? The person you are seeking the job from has an interest, right? They want to make profit in the long run, right? So they don't really care to a large extent, right? Um, about you. Let me put it that way, right? It might be too extreme, right? But they don't on a lighter note, right? On a bigger sense, right? But you know, at the same time, that is why we have these um a lot of these, how can I put it, initiatives and everything like that. Should I call it initiative or the rules and regulations, workers, this and that, and then putting up a lot of um a lot of regulations just to ensure that workers in themselves forming up and forming unions and say, okay, we want to fight for our right or we want to do this and that. You can imagine, the different um, the different cases of the academic staff union in Nigeria, the number of times they have gone on strike, and then all of those things like that, right? So it makes us understand that everyone is fighting for their interest, right? Everyone is looking to benefit from something. So it's not just about you, even in a relationship, right? Let's bring that to relationship. Like, so you will hear something like, "Oh, I love you," and all of those things like that. Yeah, it's the case, but at the same time, we shouldn't take away the fact that there is that interest, right, that makes you want to go into that thing, that selfish interest. Let me put it that way. Yeah, it is always selfish, right? Because it is because of how you are feeling, right, that makes you say, or let me go into this person, irrespective of what you think the other person is feeling, right? So yes, I want to make this sacrifice. I don't know how it might end up, but I just want to do it anyway. I hope I I hope I scale through this, but I honestly don't know what I'm doing. I honestly don't know what I'm doing. I hope I escape this. I hope I escape this, but yeah, I'm just playing. Okay. My opponent already made the mistake. Thank you very much for giving me this game. Well, I didn't know I would win this game. You can see how things turn out sometimes, right? So I've blundered a lot, right? So interesting, I still won this game. This is another thing not to give up, right? Don't give up or anything. So yeah, nice game. Yeah, nice game. See you on the next one. I just said I should, come up with this thing that, irrespective of what that thing is. So fight is involving two individuals, right? You know, I don't there is no they don't have your interest at that, right? Yeah, it might be genuine, right? Coming from the angle, but even if it is something that is done for free, for example, say a church now doing a project now. Yeah, they want a reward in heaven, right? Or a mosque, right? They want a reward in heaven because they will definitely get something, like they believe that they'll get something, when they die and they go to heaven. But it's not always for free. Yeah, I said I should talk about that. Yeah, thank you for joining my session. See you on the next one. Subscribe, like, and then comment. What do you think about this? This my scenario. Do you think it's like that? Do you think there are certain people that actually do something, because they genuinely want to do it, or because they have, like, whatever interest in it? Yeah, have a wonderful one. Bye for now.